Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another Daily Market Report brought to you by Mike Bjork. Today is Thursday, in November 21st. We got quite a few economic news releases. As if you've been following, we said yesterday and today had the big news items. So we're going to start with the weekly jobless claims. We had 344,000 people applying for unemployment last week, and three. So this is obviously good news because we haven't seen the 320 range since actually around September. So for about 4 to 6 weeks here, we've actually been seeing higher levels between 330, probably at the lowest about 335, all the way up to even as 375 at one point. So also be cautioned, this is a time when people start getting hired on, even for just part-time basis, for the holiday season here. So numbers here could be a little bit deceiving if you want to look in the terms of part-time work really making much difference. We got the producer price index. This is the wholesale numbers for the wholesale levels. Inflation numbers. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Inflation numbers for the wholesale level here. And we had a negative pullback the previous month in September, negative 0.1%, and the forecast was supposed to be the same, and actually worsened even further, negative 0.2%. But once you strip out the food and energy, you get the core PPI, and we had a 1.1% increase, and then the forecast is supposed to call it for the same, and it actually increased a little bit further. So when you strip out food and energy, which dropped, which created the producer price index, the bigger number. That's why you had the negatives. But once you strip it out, it actually showed that it increased. The core went up a little bit. Then we also got the market flash PMI for the month of November. We had a 51.8 on the rating. Again, anything above 50 is considered expansion. Anything below that becomes contraction. So, and it jumped up to 54.3. So good numbers so far. PPI is still low. The weekly jobless claims came in much lower, the lowest we've seen since September, and then the PMI came in a little higher, so that's good news right there. And last but not least, we got the Philly Fed, which is the manufacturing numbers in the Philadelphia region. So back in October, we had a 19.8 rating, and we figured it would kind of come down a little bit in November, and it jumped way down to 6.5%. So the only negative in this group of forecast or these releases was the Philly Fed. Everything else looked pretty good here. So let's take a look at the headline news. Stock market closed upwards. The Dow actually closed for the first time above 1600 today, even though it's touched and pulled back. First time it closed up, I'm sorry, 16,000. It closed above 16,000. So basically, it liked all the news. It kind of disregarded the manufacturing in the Philadelphia region. Some other stuff that came up, there was a Fed member Lacker basically reiterated his position how he's against the quantitative easing and the purchase of the mortgage-backed securities in one of his speeches today. And then also another item that came out was Chinese manufacturing showing some slow deceleration, so it's slowing down a bit. Again, that's not great news as we do a lot of trade with China. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bond market, see what's playing out here. So as a result, as you see, yesterday we had a huge drop. About like a 1 point swing at one point. We did start off much lower today. We actually started off the 100-day moving average, went lower, then it came rebound a little bit, closed upwards for the day at 22 basis points, even a little bit where we left off, higher than where we left off yesterday. So we're at 100.97 versus 100.88. So almost, not quite, but almost improvement from yesterday's prices. So we're pretty close to where we left off yesterday in terms of pricing, but pretty close anyways. So tomorrow, we don't got a whole lot of news tomorrow, but so be prepared. We could have some flight to safety, so that could help out the bond market, or some technicals out there like with the stock markets and stuff, see where the stock market's at. So again, be cautious. Stock market is starting to shake off the tapering talk. That's why it took off a little bit further today. So be cautious. It's a very volatile road we have here. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow.